Hey, this is Monroe here. Want to talk about one of the most favorite things on my boat, and that's my Lowrance HDS units. This year I'm actually running 4 touch units on my boat. People go, man, why 4 touch units? It just pretty much allows me to do my job better when I'm out there on the water. I use 1 touch unit strictly for GPS and mapping, and the way I have this one set up here is I pretty much also have it linked to my motor. One thing is when I press that start button, it starts giving me everything about my motor through my Lowrance, through the NEMA 2000. It gives me my oil pressure, it gives me my engine temperature, it gives me my water pressure, it gives me my RPMs and speed over ground. So that's one of the reasons why I'm actually running 4 different units, to have the separation, along with having my engine hours down here, so when you're doing break-in you can tell how many hours you have on it before you need to get your oil change done. And the same thing is when you can run and when you can't run, and when you need to slow it down RPM wise, this engine hours tells you that. And then once again, most importantly for me, is the time. Teamed up with the Sirius XM radio that I have connected down here. I can control the radio because I got to have my beats when I'm out there on the water. Then I have my HDS 12 touch that is basically everything I need to know on the water, and I've had it set up a couple different ways with 3 different split screens here. One of them is my standard down sonar when I'm out there looking for structure, and then I have my structure scan, and I have 2 different structure scans screen set up. One of them is the regular down scan, so that I can separate brush piles versus grass versus standing timber. This unit tells you all that. When you're looking at it, you can actually get some more definition out of the structure scan. And then I have my side scan, where I'm scanning to the side to be able to find rock piles or brush piles, or being able to see fish, shadows on the sides of rocks. And then when I have this set up, the only thing I have on this unit is the depth, which is very important for me, and then the water temperature and the time. So I keep time definitely in both places. And once again, this unit also through the NEMA system is connected to the Sirius and the Sonic Hub as well. And one other thing I didn't tell you about the mapping is that with the Sirius, you get Sirius weather, which actually overlays the weather, so you can tell which directions the storms are coming, where they're heading. One thing, when I fished Okeechobee back in 2012, there was this major storm that came over the lake. Well, I saw one section that the storm wasn't going to go hit, so I ran over there and started fishing over there. Never really got any wind, never got any rain, had perfect sun, and ended up catching 31 pounds that day. And so the Sirius weather tells me wind direction, and so those are the kind of things that I need to know when I'm out there on the water. So having the split screen with your Lowrance is definitely huge, and having 2 units will be able to just give you more information on there without cluttering that screen. So now let's go check out the units I got on front. I keep 1 unit basically designed just for mapping, and the mapping is with the Insight Genesis that comes with the unit itself. That's all the mapping you need. People talk about inserting other chips. I only need Insight Genesis when I'm out there on the Delta, on the lake. I have the tide tables and everything I pretty much need for the tidal fisheries. But on my mapping, I keep one of the most important things. I keep my clock up here. The clock is hugely important when you're out there fishing a tournament, folks. Let me tell you. I also keep up there the voltage on what's going on with my batteries, so I know how low my the voltage is on my batteries when I'm out there fishing. So if I'm sitting on one spot for a long time, I can tell when they're starting to wind down a little bit. I can actually pick up and run and recharge my cranking battery so that I don't ever have any issues. The other unit is pretty much set up for sonar, which I have on one side, structure down scan on the other side. New for 2014 is an HDI transducer that I have set up on the front of my Lowrance, or on the front of my motor guide. It's a new transducer that gives you, out of one transducer, gives you structure down scan and also gives you your regular sonar. So you can get your regular sonar to see things, and you can use your structure scan to even improve that view. So I have them both set up on a split screen there. One thing that I have set up on my screens on this menu is I have my depth set up. I have my water temperature set up. We're looking at 51-degree water temperature where we're sitting right now, and then the structure depth is on there. And then once again, for me, another that's important is the time. I have all these these two units are actually sonar separated from, you know, the units in the back. You know, I don't network my sonar because when I'm on the front, I want this transducer reading this unit up front, and when I'm on the back, I have the back transducer reading the back units there. But they're all connected to different antennas as well. You know, when I'm up front, I have them sitting on this antenna for increasing my waypoints. But the one cool thing, when I did network this through the NEMA system and through the Ethernet cables, it allowed me to use my 0.1 arrow from the back of the boat antenna. And the 0.1 arrow, which is also new, is now when you turn the boat, that arrow immediately turns left, right with you. So you've got a waypoint pointed here on your mapping. When you turn that boat, that arrow immediately turns to the direction that you're heading. So it's pretty cool to have it set up that way. And then obviously my Sonic hub, I can control underneath here through the touchscreen on both units. This is definitely the way that I go with my Lowrance. So pretty much set up with sonar and structure scan, down scan on this unit, and my mapping on this unit, and I'm pretty much ready to go. That's how I run my Lowrance units.